Alright, hey, this video is going to be a quick PSA. I'm showcasing a little bit of my character, but it's not really a build guide, but it's just more of a PSA so that people realize. Because typically there's a rule in Path of Exile that if you have uh, more than two uniques, your build is pretty bad, and you should never get like pretty much more than two uniques because rares are just so powerful and so strong in the game, which is true. I don't disagree, but what I like to point out is that uniques are actually pretty decent things to use during like early mid game, or sorry, not early. I'd say early to mid late game. That's around the times where I would say you can kind of get away with using uniques and they're actually not that bad. Like this unique, I probably actually don't need this at all, and I'm definitely gonna replace it with a rare. But even without like much investment, you have to understand something. This unique right here, my body armor, 1 exalt. This unique right here, my boots, 1 exalt. This unique right here, I think it was 9 exalt, right? So like the the total of these three pieces is 11 exalt, which is super cheap. I found this in campaign, and then I bought both my rings for about 5 exalts each. So at total right now for almost all our armor, we're at 21 exalt, and that's all the armor I have, which is not really great. Obviously, you can see my fire res is like -3, which is not good, but you know, 21 exalt for all my armor is very extremely cheap, extremely budget. You can get that during the campaign. And then the only thing that was expensive is my talisman. Now I got lucky. Someone was selling this early on in the beginning of the league, and I bought it on like the third day or something like that, third or fourth day, for like, I want to say somewhere around 10 exalt. But that was something I got super cheap and super lucky early on. But even without that, you'd just be doing a little bit less damage. But the same function of this build, the same like kind of playstyle of this build will work. And I can just showcase it a little bit here. Let me go to map device. I'll just go to like here. Even from early on, I think a lot of people can also agree like this is the case. You can get very high freeze with werewolf anyways, so that's just a feature of like the skills I'm using, right, rather than like the weapon or build I'm using. And one of the things you can do is like, so on my basic attack when I auto or whatever, I'm getting life leech, right? So I'm trying to auto as much as possible, honestly. And like, look, my life is at 2000. Now I'm chilling over here. I try not to get the elemental resist because that's a modifier, and my fire resist is already like in the dirt. Like all my resists are not great, but yeah, I put this buff on, and yeah, bro, I'm chilling. I'm vibing. I really don't. It really doesn't matter too much with this build. Okay, well, I mean, we're doing pretty fine so far. And I'll probably skip around a little bit in the video, so. Because it's a little hard for me to. Hey, I'm not a professional streamer, right? Talking and playing at the same time. Can I? I don't think my build is that AFK quite yet. Maybe when I have a million armor and all the gearing set up. Because I still need a dodge, but I'm just saying, like, even with, like, my abysmal gearing or whatever, I'm still, like, able to succeed pretty well on a very, like, I don't know what else I could say. Like, this is under a divine budget, right? This is well under a divine. When people say budget build, usually they're like, at minimum, at least one divine, which I don't know about you. Usually when I get out of campaign, I don't have a divine just chilling there waiting for me to spend on stuff. So when I say a budget build, and this is just like not even a build showcase. This is more me just saying that like you can look at these uniques and use them. The thing about uniques is a lot of them are worth 1 exalt. So the more uniques you can get in a build and then make it functioning, at least for early end game, that means that's the cheaper your build is. Especially since that some of them are actually pretty decent. They just aren't as good, or they're like kind of capped in like their potential, I should say, later on, and you're gonna probably have to replace them with rares. But the rares are way more expensive. So like, if I had rares, I would have, you know, full like a lot of resist cap and or like closer to resist cap or whatever. But because I don't have that, yeah, I have to pay, you know, I pay for some of it on my defense. But the thing is, like, it's still fine. I'm just looking through to see, is there anything I even care about? Like these boots, like for example, one of the spots I look at is like boots, right? If I can get unique boots, I'm super happy about that because like unique boots, I feel like you don't get that many stats for boots anyways. So does it really matter that, you know, I'm not having one more spot of rares on boots? Like, yeah, I'll lose some res, but if I have rares on everything else, then it really doesn't matter. Like, unique boots are the easiest for me to kind of give up, personally, I think. Oh my god. Is this tornado just following me? Okay, well, I leveled up again, like with our build. So let's go see how the boss does. That's this one. This one should be pretty chill for me, I believe. Okay, and we kind of just shredded them. So we do pretty good against bosses, huh? Oh, spoke too soon. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we do pretty good against bosses. No more room, even in my Louis Vuitton bag? Oh, there we go. Pretty much it. Let's get out of here. But yeah, that's essentially it. I just wanted to showcase, like, yeah, even with, and then I'll just go over again, yeah, it's like this body armor, the gloves here, and the boots, like, this is like the core of my defensive, right? Actually, this is the core of my defensive, which is 1 exalt, right? Life leech can overflow maximum life, and I'm not saying you have to follow this idea in particular, but I just did that because like I saw these nodes and I had some life leech around, and I was looking around to see more life leech nodes I might consider picking up. One of the things I like to point out, it's kind of funny, is like you see how it says leech life 7% slower. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because like you go over here and like you got leech life faster. I don't know why over here like they decided just to be slower. Like I don't get it. I really don't. But that's just how life is. So yeah, anyways, yeah, so because of the slower notable or whatever, that's what I was thinking about, doing this and scaling crit so that sometimes I get a big burst of life leech when I auto attack. But I don't think I really need that, and I do desperately kind of need more resistance because sitting at -3% is not good. Obviously, I need to replace some of these. Like, I'm gonna replace this probably next. Maybe my gloves as well and helmet. Um, those are the main three that I'm looking to replace as soon as possible, and then we'll try to go and find more things that might be more suitable, like maybe a better belt, um, and we'll see where we go from there. Like technically even getting a better body armor, but that's expensive, right? I think I might keep this body armor for quite a bit until I get towards like like the end of middle end game. I might keep this for a while and keep chugging along, but I don't know. I'll see. I'll see. Keep my eye out for anything cheap on the market. But yeah, the main big PSA is that rares are expensive, even though they're better. So you can get uniques early on, and that will be good enough for early end game. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.